I know.
I'm vengeance.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Mark 91 of the Super Civil Servants Podcast. My name is Greg, and I just realized I forgot to post Mark 90 on the Twitter, not Twitter feeds, the audio feeds. So I'll do that tonight. It'll be out there. Check us out on YouTube anyway. So we're here 91. A few things to talk about tonight. With me, as always, my homeboy keeps the batarangs sharp. Nathan, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Greg? What's up, everybody? Yes, I just literally 30 seconds before we went on, I was like, "Hey, Greg, did you ever post last week's episode? I don't remember coming up in my feed." And he's like, "You know what? I don't think I did." So definitely check us out on YouTube if you're missing us.
That's why we support each other, so we can remind each other.
Right.
Right.
But I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing good. Ready just to have a loose little kind of laid back evening, and just have a good time.
I hear you. We're going to do it. You heard her. Sarah's with us. What's up, Sarah?
Hey, fellas, what's going on? Had a long week. Seems like I've had a week worth of Mondays and Tuesdays. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
It has felt like a long week. I agree. Luckily, I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off this week, so I just had to make it through that short week. I guess it seemed like a long week. So, it's been really crazy. So.
Absolutely. It's been cool, though. It's been cool. Yeah. So I've been caught up on a few things. So
yes, and we're going to talk about those for sure. Yeah. Clay's with us too. What's up, Clay?
I'm doing pretty good. If you cannot hear him in the background, my puppy is barking. He actually left me a little bit of a little souvenir today. Yeah, Sarah wasn't here for the pre-show talk. My dog attacked me. I was training him for resource guarding for him to stop resource guarding, being a little bit too possessive and aggressive towards anybody who is near his food. And yesterday he did really good. Today was just a little mishap, and he tore a lot of skin and there's a lot of blood. So if I jump out of my chair, it's mainly just because I'm trying to repatch myself, but I'm good.
He's leaving you a memory forever of him as a puppy.
Exactly.
I want you to always remember that. Well, I hate that, dude. But puppies will be puppy. Puppy's gonna puppy.
Yep. Yeah. But this week was fun. I did talk about Invincible on superhero discussions. We're gonna talk about it again because Sarah got to finish it, and I am actually going to talk about it again tomorrow on a different show, which one of the hosts will be here, and we'll talk about it later. So,
and it's because it's that good.
Yes,
it is. We're talking about it so much. So that's a perfect segue because Sarah didn't get to see all of it last week, but she's caught up now. So she wanted to bring us her thoughts. So I want to hear them. Sarah, give us your thoughts.
What a wild ride! Yeah, that building up to that last episode, man, that kind of got me right here because regardless, once you got over all the gore that they had to re-show again, that was some pretty deep stuff that they were talking about. I mean, that kind of, especially if you're a parent, I mean, that kind of hits you pretty hard because I know you guys were talking about last week about how if you feel like Mark was if he won or not, but I think he did. I mean, it was and then saying he was a Vitramite versus human. I don't know. That was just weird. I mean, it was just. But the whole reasoning behind what Nolan was doing, I'm like, dude, you're an asshole. I mean, seriously, that's just an asshole thing to do. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I think it was what I expected, but a little beyond.
Yeah.
So that was. But I just like I said, I just finished that last episode literally 5 minutes ago, and I'm just sitting there I was just absorbing it. But It was really cool, and like I said from the start, I've compared it to like an animated The Boys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I think is really cool because I mean I love The Boys too, but I don't know. It's just the story and what they're trying to talk about. I mean that's really crazy. I mean not only of his the evolution of Mark and finding out who he is, or he finding himself. It's almost like Nolan realizing, okay, well, am I really that much of an asshole? Or, being on Earth, have I actually, grown a heart? I mean, I don't know. It was kind of weird. It's kind of weird with the whole
baseball scene though.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, that got you right. That got, and that was like, he's in the middle of pummeling his kid, and it's like, and then he realized he sees it. Maybe it's because he was missing his front teeth. I don't know. Maybe it's what's further.
Possibly, yeah.
But and that hits you. And if you're a parent, something like that hits you really hard.
Yeah.
Really deep. But even if you're not, I mean, that's still pretty powerful. Thought. What's more important? It's like world domination or your offspring. It's kind of weird, but I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more so than I thought I would. So, but it got me right here, guys. It got me right here.
It can definitely do that. Yeah. And that baseball moment, like you were talking about, it's funny because if you're a parent, you've probably had one of those moments with your kid. And if you're a kid, you probably remember, a moment like that at some point in time in your life. So, real quick, Joe joined us. What's up, Joe?
Howdy, guys. Sorry I was late. Speaking of
Sorry,
family moments, we were doing a family movie night. Went to the movies, got the popcorn, brought it back home. We watched the Mitchells versus the Machines, and everybody loved it.
It's such a good movie.
It was such a good movie.
If
I haven't
you
seen it,
have
my
kids,
have.
if you have kids, and make it a family movie because that is
Yeah,
what that movie is.
I've
Dude,
never seen it. Yeah.
It's on
My
Netflix.
kids found
It just came out this week.
Oh, okay.
This week, I thought it was like last week. Either way, it just came out recently.
Yeah,
but
it's
it
already
is-
number 1 on Netflix. So
It
go
is
check it out.
amazing. It was such a good show. We were laughing the entire time. It's awesome.
Okay.
Um,
I'll have to put that on the schedule.
but it sounds like you guys were talking Invincible.
Yes, I
Yeah.
finally finished it. I finished it
Yay,
today.
good for
Matter
you.
of fact, probably about like 2 minutes before I got on.
I'm doing a rewatch. I have 3 more episodes to go because Clay's coming on tomorrow. We're going to talk about it for a small screen rundown.
I hear you.
So
I'll check that out for sure.
It'll be good.
Oh yeah. Well, Sarah, you were talking about one of the first things you said about it was you don't really know if you can say that Mark won. I don't know if you could say that he won either because I'm always the kind of person that I hate seeing a big bad guy being beaten by being talked down. And
It's a different circumstance because it's
Yeah.
not just good versus evil.
Mhm.
You got the dad and the son. So, you have so many different layers there.
Mhm.
Now, on the outside, yes, you could say he got beat down. But I think on the internal layer, once you kind of peel it back a little bit, I think he did because he got to Nolan. He got to Omni-Man. He threw a punch that he couldn't deflect.
I think that's a better way to put it. Yeah, I look at it more like he's in a boxing match and he's like the underdog and he got a knockdown, not a knockout, but he got a knockdown. And now they're at their corners like, okay, that's how I kind of look at it. I don't look at it as a win, but I look at it as okay. He's
Like I
going
said,
a
it
little
depends
further
on
than he
which
should have.
level you look at it because
Yeah.
there's like and that's what's so cool about this is because it's multi-layered. You have, when you first see these superheroes, you're thinking, okay, well, that's one layer because that's just the surface. They're protecting the earth, the planet, and all this kind of stuff. But then you have the relationships that are a little more deeper. So that's where it gets a little bit more intricate. And like I said, I think on that level, I think Mark won versus the outside, just the power strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you pick up on the stuff we were talking about? How everything comes back, like every basic thing you see set up in this show comes back to play something in the future, or so you see it somehow in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Amazing writing.
Definitely.
Nathan, did you hear her thoughts? I know you had to step away for a second. Did you hear?
I can barely hear anything what's going on here. No, I heard some. I heard some of the stuff. Like I said, No, I'm out of in here.
I'll tell you
I was gonna say
later.
you were away. I
Actually,
didn't
you'll
know
have to
if you- yeah,
re-listen. Just
your
re-listen. You'll
stuff,
get it.
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm glad you got to see the rest of it. It's an amazing show. I don't know when season 2 is coming out, but we did say they already greenlit season
They
2, right?
greenlit 2
2
and
and
3,
Okay.
but with no release date.
Okay.
Correct.
But I imagine they won't drag ass on that one.
I would
Actually-
say the same as The Boys having it a year. You
Yeah.
know,
See, I
Makes sense.
I thought I read somewhere that Kirkman stated it's not going to take as long as this season 1 took to get out, or maybe it was Rogan. Somebody said it's going to take a quicker time because I think Invincible season 1 took like 2 years from announcement to airing, give or take.
Wow.
really.
I could be
I didn't know
wrong.
that.
I don't
It might have been
remember.
like a year or so. 'Cause
Maybe okay.
But then again, didn't hear to like the dark web rumblings or anything like that.
Well,
so.
but then
Well,
also, COVID probably pushed a lot of plans back
Mhm.
too. So
Yeah, for sure.
Very true. Very true.
But I'm really interested because there's so many other little stories that look like they're going to unfold. Now, granted, I have not read the
Mhm.
comic. I haven't read the comic, but I'm very interested in a few characters.
I'm a proponent of if you can read the comic because it is amazing.
There is Nathan waving his around. Got it in the mail.
Nathan's always waiting around.
There's 3 of them right there. There's the other 9
God,
over
it's gonna
there.
be the first 47 issues, so I've got a good jump on.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get past the first season for sure. Joe,
Oh,
I love
sure.
how whenever we were talking about comics, how Joe can always just point up and
Yeah,
back.
just like,
And like, I know where that one is.
Right there.
I know where that one is.
Well,
You know,
to be fair,
and it's
I've been
behind, he's like a
pointing-
weatherman. You'd be a great weatherman.
I've been
You
pointing
know?
Invincible out for the last however little bit for a
Right
while
there.
now.
Look,
There you
yep,
go.
there you
Yeah,
go.
I'm
it's
able
hard
to
to
do
match
it.
up, right?
I'm like, wait, no, my thumb,
See, I'm
my
on the
finger
wrong side.
go that way. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited for season 2.
Mhm.
And we'll talk a little bit more about this when I'm on Joe's show. But just saying it here is like the same thing that I said on Superhero Discussions. I know kind of where season 2 is going to start.
Yep.
And that's
Same.
all I can say. Because there's so many differences that Kirkman was able to write in and change and alter for this season 1 is, yeah, I can know the general story, but this is still a brand new show to me, brand new story to me. And I really love that as somebody who is an avid reader of the series.
Yep.
that's
And
cool.
you actually tomorrow you will be able to talk about whatever because Ron is reading it as well, so he's way
Nice.
past what we now have. So we'll be able to open up completely.
There you go. Definitely check that out. All right, y'all got anything else you want to say about Invincible? We've talked about it for a while. I know y'all are going to talk about it tomorrow. If you haven't checked it out by now, believe us, it's good. Very good.
Yes, it is. It is. Very much so.
Before we get into Star Wars, let's do the Batman Begins stuff. We try to cover different movies, different series throughout the show, and we just kind of continually run those in the background of new stuff going on and news and whatnot. And Batman, the Christopher Nolan Batman series is what fell upon us today. And we're starting it off with Batman Begins. I think we've all seen this movie a million times. It's got some amazing parts to it. This movie completely changed the character, I think, in the public eye. I have my opinions about other Batmen, and it's difficult to say, like, it's difficult when everybody thinks that if you're talking because you like one more better, possibly, that you hate this one, and that's not the case at all, because I absolutely love this Christopher Nolan Batman. I love Christian Bale as Batman. They did a great job. They're not my favorite, but they did a great job, and let's talk about it, man. It's Batman Begins. Did anybody else actually watch it? Because I know we've all seen it a bunch of times. I actually watched it last week, though. But I haven't watched it from beginning to end.
Joe was the only one who saw it.
I watched it today at work. I watched
it like last Sunday, but like I haven't started it and finished it. Like intentionally turned it on and watched it from beginning to end, and I couldn't tell you how long. I always catch it on TV or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That,
It's one of those things where you flip through the channels and it's on FX or
Right.
TNT, and you're like, "Oh, I like this part," and you just watch it from that part on.
Right.
Yeah, I just straight up I downloaded HBO Max and I just watched it at work today. I just put it on my phone, hung my phone up by my job, and so I'm listening to the whole thing and watching it when I can because I'm currently working building trucks, so kind of have to pay attention to that. But yeah, no, it was good to see it again because it's been years since I've like you, Greg. It's been years since I've watched it start to finish. Everybody's so young. Christian Bale's so young.
Yeah.
Is he though? In that
one, he is. Oh, okay, he looks young because that was just before. It was just before he lost a shit ton of weight and then added a shit ton of weight.
Oh yeah.
What was the 2005? Yeah. What was the boxing movie he was in?
Fighter.
Remember.
That was
Fighter.
Fighter was 2012.
Oh, so that was like 7 years after this. Okay.
But there was a movie between Batman Begins and Dark Knight where he lost a bunch of weight.
Yes.
Yeah, there was like that one movie where he just looked awful.
He looked like
a
skeletal. And then between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, he like put on a bunch of weight for a different role, and then had to lose it again for.
Yeah.
Am I thinking that right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. You're right.
I just remember reading in the Wizard magazine. That's how old this movie is. I used to get the Wizard magazines and seeing all that in there.
Nice.
So
yeah,
I still have those magazines somewhere.
But I can honestly tell you that I've only seen Batman Begins from start to finish, all the way through, maybe one handful of times, and I can almost remember every story beat of that movie. It's just amazing. I love that movie. I remember watching it just that one random summer, and my dad was like, "Hey, we're gonna go see this Batman movie," and I'm just like, "Okay." Like, it's Batman, so I guess we'll watch it. And I was like, holy shit, I want that fucking tank.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, the tumbler, right? That thing was the.
Does it come in
black?
That because I remember Brian. Oh my gosh, when this movie was about to come out, because he's the one that always like reads everything in it, and he was always showing me like screams. He's like, look at this, look at this. When we finally saw that thing in action. Oh my god! I thought he was going to just flip out. It was
what is that? What is that line? It's a tank. It's a tank. No, wait. Is it flying or something like? And it like goes on the roof and everything.
It's flying on rooftops.
Yeah, that's what
I remember when Batman Begins was coming out, and I think it had to have been for like the Oscars or something. They did that scene, but then Andy Dick was in there and making fun of stuff.
Oh yeah.
You guys remember this?
I remember that. I remember that.
The one thing I remember is the guy, like him saying, "Hey, it's flying on rooftops," and then the cop saying, "It's flying on rooftops," and Andy Dick be like, "Thanks, Mark. I just said that." Just over the other cop, like being a complete ass.
Yeah.
Andy Dick, the guy that lives in a shed in his ex-girlfriend's backyard and shit, and that is his real life.
Yeah.
That is real fucking life. He lives in a shed at like his ex-girlfriend's or one of his old friends in her backyard because he is done great with his life.
I will tell you.
Drugs are
I will
terrible
tell you
thing.
guys this. We will talk about the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises at a later time. But
right now,
this
time.
This Batman suit. This Batman suit is quite possibly the most like comic accurate Batman suit. Almost. Like
Almost.
The cowl is so much like cleaner than that of 89's. And I understand that like the Dark Knight was like, oh well, we're gonna make it to where you can actually move your head and stuff. I'm like,
yes, exactly.
no, like this this looks so good. Like you do, but still, it just looks so good.
I mean, how else is he gonna yell at the stagehands for getting in his way if he can't move his head? Oh wait, wrong movie.
That was Terminator Salvation.
Yep.
Yeah. No, the rewatchability of this movie is what I think amazes me. Is
yes,
you know, it doesn't get old. I think it is one of those movies that every time it's on TV and I pass by it, I'm gonna watch it. You know, it doesn't really, unless there's something else specifically I'm going to watch. But I'm flipping through and it's on. I'm watching it. And just watching it from beginning to end was great. You know, I think one of the best parts about this movie, one of my favorite parts about this movie, what makes it so good, is the casting. I think they nailed every character. Well, maybe not every character, but just about every character.
So I remember there's a scene when I believe it's what's his name? Who's not Scarecrow, but his like civilian name.
Jonathan Crane, Dr. Jonathan Crane.
Yeah, Crane gets hit
Cillian Murphy
with
was the actor.
Yeah, he gets hit with the gas, and he
Mhm.
sees Batman in like this demon form, right?
Yeah.
That was like the first man back.
That shook
Right?
me
Mhm.
as a kid. That shook me, and I was like, "Holy crap!
Yeah.
I want more of this."
Well, as an adult, that shook me too. So, but even the whole Scarecrow, I just loved it anyways because that level of terror, you know,
Wasn't it like one of
the
the very first scenes that you get in that movie where like where you actually see the mask as like all these
Yeah.
bugs and stuff like
Yeah,
crawling
yeah,
out of it and
yeah.
stuff?
yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Stockholm, yeah.
That's
Yes,
That's
it's
what
so
happened
good.
to Joffrey. Joffrey lived in Gotham
Yep.
City. He fucking saw Batman and Scarecrow, and that motherfucker went and terrorized the Seven Kingdoms when he went in there. Game of Thrones.
No, but I talk about that scene because there's a scene where he like when he is like the actual like man bat or whatever.
Mhm.
And
he gets
Uzi
really-
shit comes
I
out.
didn't want to see that.
And he gets like really close to his face.
Mm.
There was a magazine. Not a magazine. It was technically, yeah, I think it was either Empire or somebody doing an exclusive, and it had that scene in set photos or whatever, or special released photos. Now, people actually screen grab those and Photoshop them because around this time, Superman Returns had already been out, right? Or it was just coming out, one of the two.
No, that was 2006.
It was coming out. It was 2006.
Coming
Yeah,
out.
it was
getting ready to come
coming
out.
out. It was getting ready to come out.
It was pre-show, you know what I'm saying?
There was rumors, and I remember this to a T because around that time was when I first started my first job at Cinemark. There was rumors of Christian Bale and Brandon Routh meeting at WB to sign a contract, and everybody was like, "Well, what would they be signing for?" And I'm like, "Bitch, everybody knows what they're gonna be signing for. Like, it's gonna be a Batman Superman movie. This is gonna be awesome." And somebody had photoshopped a picture of Batman, who was supposed to be like the man bat, like scary version. And instead of like his fist holding up Crane, it was a green kryptonite crystal, and they had Brandon Routh's face there. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, that would be amazing. Like,
That would be interesting.
I would have loved to see Brandon Routh and Christian Bale like team up for a movie. I honestly would have.
Well, and the fun thing is a year later was I Am Legend, and there was a billboard
with the Superman Batman.
Superman billboard in I Am Legend.
Yeah.
So it helped the rumors that Christian Bale and oh God, why did I forget? Brandon Routh. Wow, that was on me. It just helped those rumors out, you know. So
Yeah.
I remember this movie. The reason why it resonated so much is it just felt so real world. Like it just like all of it could happen plausibly, and especially after we came off of the franchise killer with Schumacher. And I get it. He had his marching orders. It was sell toys, do what you got to do, make it bright and flashy for toys. But after that, like put the franchise on the shelf. Coming into this movie, it was just. Like you can see Lucian Fox being the guy like behind it, in the developmental part, putting all this stuff together. Like it just all made sense to do it in his own batarangs. And the way I really like the way they tied the League of Assassins into his training. Like, because we always heard about Bruce going like abroad to go learn and to fight and protect himself before he comes back. And like it makes so much sense that the League would be where he would go, but he would turn against it at the last minute. It just made so much sense because we know how good a fighter the League is and how they work in the shadows. I mean, it's just if you're doing it in a practical sense and put it in the real world, it just you have to smack yourself in the face and call yourself stupid if you wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? It just makes too much sense. And the way they wove it in there, and like I said, just having the research and development project and how everything, even when it was kind of far out there, like they gave you enough kind of real world mumbo jumbo. We go, oh yeah, I can believe that gloves make this cape fucking get hard and then go on down. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, you know, but like, and then like I said, the tumbler, like holy shit, that thing was like. That was like blow your sack off. Like, you know, like talk about, you know, the 90s was like everything was extreme and metal and stuff. Like that came on the scene. You were like, whoa, that's what fucking metal is. That's what extreme, like Batman's fucking metal.
You can say that on the road,
He's
too.
just out there running
That's
shit over.
real.
You know what's funny about the Tumblr is I like it. It looks really, really cool. But if you could give me any Batmobile, like if I could just have anyone I wanted, it might be the last one I pick. I don't know why. I just would pick so many other Batmobiles before that one to actually own.
Even Clooney's
It's
one-seater?
weird. You talking about from Forever? The blue glowing
from Batman
Clooney
and
was
Robin.
Batman
From
Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Batman
Batman Robin. Oh
Clooney
yeah.
had the one-seater.
Yes, dude, I love that
Maybe
Batmobile.
not.
I'm just gonna tell you
What?
right there.
Yeah.
Yes, I love
Like,
that Batmobile.
Clooney's Batman was such a dick. He's like, fuck.
Was
you,
that the
Robin.
one that had the blue glowing
Get outta
sides?
here.
Yes, it
Like
had the
front and
blue and
back? Hey,
green glowing.
I love that.
I
Batmobile
loved it.
too. Yeah,
I had
I
that
did too.
Batmobile as a toy. I had all the
You-
merchandise from Batman Forever.
Do you think?
Now-
Wait. Do you think? Well, we're starting. Do you think that since those are all supposed to be continuity with Burton, do you think Alfred was finally just like, I'm fucking tired of Bruce bringing all these bitches back to the Batcave. I'm making him a one-seater. Fuck this guy. He ain't bringing nobody back. He brought Vicky Vale back. He's bringing
Dude.
this Catwoman's over here. Like, god damn it.
See, everybody can complain about it being a one-seater, but it looked amazing next to the freaking motorcycle on that one shot where you see
Yeah.
them both driving. Oh, it looks so good. I love it. But the Tumbler, whenever I saw the Tumbler, I legit, like, for me, seeing this like right into high school or right into my freshman year, right after my freshman year, watching this, I was like, this is probably the only Batmobile that is legitimately drivable.
Mhm.
Like, out of every Batmobile that's been out there.
I want to put that thing in some
Except for
mud.
66, of course.
Hey,
Except for
wait,
66.
wait.
That is
Let's go back. Let's
I
go back
mean-
to Clooney's. Let's go back to Clooney's Batmobile real quick. What the fuck happened when it rains? Because there's no top on it or nothing. He's just driving out in the fucking rain going, God damn
He's the
it.
bat umbrella.
I
Hey.
told you I wouldn't bring any more girls back. I told you I wouldn't bring them back, Alfred. All right, sorry. We can come back to the.
he can just sulk in the rain. That's what he
It
does.
doesn't
You know?
rain
It's
in
sad.
Gotham
It's sad
City.
Batman all over again.
Yeah.
No, but
Uh.
this movie, you know, had a great cast. Great cast. Everybody that was involved in this movie. Michael Caine, freaking Lucius Fox
Why
being
would you
freaking
so-
Morgan
Oh,
Freeman.
that's
Yes.
perfect right there. That
Ga-
was
Gary
perfect.
Oldman is
Freeman.
the best Gordon. Yep.
And yes, Gary Oldman as freaking
Mhm.
Gordon. He
And how-
nailed it.
How about like Batman and Gordon's relationship being on full display? And you're right, Gary Oldman, like making Gordon formidable and stuff. Like it was like this is the like you saw it in the comics and stuff, you saw it on the animated series, but this is where they brought it to life where Gordon's not just some fat oaf that's at the the Congo dance with Poison Ivy out there and stuff. You know what I mean? Like Gordon is somebody that's smart. Like this is they did a great job.
That was a relationship we never saw in either of the previous Batman movies. Was the Gordon and Batman relationship and how important that relationship is. And in the comics, it's huge. And the way they portrayed it, yeah, it's right. Gary Oldman, man, just perfect. It's funny because no matter what role he's in, all I can ever see him in is the bad guy from Fifth Element.
Oh yes,
but
yes.
just, I love that movie. Love
With the
that movie.
hair and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
It's
good.
just- But he did a great job with this one, man. Absolutely
No,
loved it.
and I still remember like the first time Batman says, "I'm Batman," because when the guy is like, "Where
Where's the
are
remote?"
you?
Yeah.
Who are you?" And like it's on the docks or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden he's just like right in front of his face. Yeah,
Well, no,
and
it's- But
Right.
not when the guy strung up. No, you're right. That's when he says here. He says, "Where
oh
are
yeah,
you?"
he says, "Where am I?
It's
Where
the
are
first
you?"
time
And
he
he says,
holds up the
"Here."
crime box. What's his
That
name?
one is really cool. And then he I can't remember the character name. He puts him up on
Falcone.
the spotlight.
Yeah,
Falcone.
Falcone,
He puts Falcone on the spotlight and makes it into a bat that
Mhm.
inspires the bat signal. Oh,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
good. So good.
I just wanted to say that after watching Christian Bale do this stuff, when I'm disciplining my 4-year-old, I go up to him and I say, "Swear to me!" In my best Batman voice, and I just grab him right in his face, and he's like, "Dad."
As he gets a little bit older, you can say, "Where's the trigger?" Make him do that one. Where is it?
I want you to tell all your friends about it.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. Joe and Greg, you may have seen it in the chat when I posted it, but an old video had gone around. It was a couple days ago, maybe even a week ago. These videos went viral for some time. It was this little kid that was in a Batman costume, and his mom was like cooking or doing whatever and like calling him. She was like, "Hey, can you come do this?" Or, "Hey, go do this." And she's like, "Hey, what are you hungry for?" And the kid just like comes up behind her, and he goes, "Vengeance," and like just like grabs her by the neck and everything. That kid went viral before like viral videos were a thing.
Nice.
Vengeance.
It's so good.
Like that, Dad.
I haven't seen him in a while.
God, that's hilarious.
Bat Dad, so he was big on Facebook for a while, for a long. He would kill it on TikTok right now. I don't know where he is.
Right?
Guys,
Yeah.
his kid grew up and was like, "Dad, fucking quit it. All my friends are giving me. I'm getting picked on relentlessly at school. Fucking stop."
I'm the Bat Dad kid.
Yeah,
I hate it.
That's what happened.
I don't
His
care.
kid got to middle school. His kid got to middle school and was like, "Dad, if I catch you making one more fucking video in that bat suit, I'm gonna karate chop you right in the throat."
He
Right
was
in the
funny.
fucking throat.
He was legitimately funny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But who else was in this movie as far as villains?
Liam
There was
Neeson.
Scarecrow. Liam Neeson was in there as well as Ra's al Ghul.
Bobby Elvis is, if anybody's seen Sons of Anarchy, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Flash.
Flash. What's Katie Holmes? Katie Holmes is
She was Rachel Dawes.
Man,
her one and done stint.
she should have stayed in the freaking franchise. I will say, fuck Tom Cruise for getting jealous over freaking Christian Bale. I'm sorry, you're an actor. You know how it is. You should have just let her freaking.
Scientology is a really just bad religion.
It is no. Like me and my wife watched that whole thing on A&E like for like 3 years. We understand, but still, it's.
I watched the South Park episode.
I can't respect a religion that's like not even as like it's as old as my mom. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here. You ain't been around. Like, you just made some shit up, and you came out there and you had powerful people like, "We fucking do this right."
They have textbooks. Like they're like, "Hey, you need to study this textbook, and it's going to cost you $1 million."
It's a fucking cult, okay? It's a
yes,
cult.
it is. It is 100% a cult.
I'm sorry,
but
it's a cult.
But still,
Well, okay. Number one, the whole thing with Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise, that just sent off a red flag on me, period. I'm like, something's not right. And obviously we found out years later, it won't right. So regardless of the Scientology or not, that was just crazy.
Yeah.
So I liked her better as Rachel, honestly. I mean, I just like
she was a
Maggie
she was a
Gyllenhaal
better
did do
Rachel.
a terrible job, but she didn't really have much to work with.
Yeah.
It's something about Maggie Gyllenhaal. I just don't like
She's
her.
good for certain roles.
She
There's
looks like
certain
her brother.
roles-
Just like her brother.
There's just something about her face. There's just something about her
Yeah.
face where you go, ugh.
She's and I'm not saying I don't want to say like she's an ugly woman or anything, or she's not a great actress. It's just something about her. When I see her, I'm just like, I just don't. I wish somebody else was this character. Like it's crazy,
Right.
but I do hate the change.
I mean, I wouldn't gnarl my arm off to get away from her in the morning or
Right.
anything. But at the same
Well,
time,
I'm glad
I
to
don't
know
think
that,
I'm bragging
Nathan.
about that one. If she's not famous, if she's not like Maggie Gyllenhaal, I'm not going around being like, guys, guess what? You know what I'm saying? That's just something. If you find out, I go. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it happened. Yeah.
Perfect.
Let's talk about Liam Neeson, though, man.
I have a very
Great role in this
particular set of
movie.
skills.
This
I'm
is
sorry,
getting really big,
and I will kill
really
you.
big, yeah.
The one mistake this movie made
What?
was killing him.
Watch you. Okay. All right.
The one mistake was killing
But he
him.
came back in Rise for like
Mhm.
that flashback.
Lazarus Pit.
It was a
Pain.
flashback.
Lazarus.
It was more of a
Batman's
hallucination.
fault, right? Batman killed in this movie. That's Batman's fault. It was just part of
No,
his
no, no.
huge kill count
Because
he had in this
Batman
movie.
didn't kill him. He just didn't have to save him.
See, and that's a bullshit.
Did we see a body?
That wouldn't hold up in court.
No, it wouldn't hold up in court.
No, it would not.
And I'm pretty sure this was a part of the conversation or the podcast that Greg and Travis had. Does this count as murder?
Mhm.
It 100% counts as murder.
Mhm.
And so all those people say, "Oh, even Batman said he didn't kill him." Well, like I could kill somebody right now and say, "Hey, I didn't kill him."
Right.
Doesn't mean it's not true.
Right.
Like,
well, it'd be equivalent to you like setting up a bomb in the middle of the street and just it going off and blowing up a car and be like, well, I mean, I know I set that up there, but and I could have stopped it, but I didn't do it, so I didn't kill him though.
No. You did do that. You did.
Yeah,
It'd be like
you
me
set it
grabbing
up for
Clay.
that.
It'd be like me grabbing Clay's hand and smacking you with it. Like I didn't do that shit. Like that was Clay. That's clearly that was Clay.
Exactly.
That.
but Liam Neeson's character was a fucking savage in this movie. Like,
I think like Star Wars was the beginning of Liam Neeson being like a badass, but like I think this movie's really where they're like, whoa, like Liam Neeson could be the guy in Taken, and he's just a terrible father, and he gets all of his family members taken every year, but he has a very particular set of skills, and he will kill you, and he will find you, and he will kill you. And
You just want to
kick the
say
shit
that,
out of
didn't
you.
you?
And I think this movie really helped with that because we see him going all ninja badass, and he breaks the ice and sends him in the polar plunge and shit. Like I really think this is where people were like, look at this guy, Liam Neeson. Yep, this is my new badass.
Mhm.
And then he went into the role of like I'm karate kicking everything in the face.
for real though.
One thing I loved about the training with Liam Neeson, they focused on this was the arm gauntlets. Because it's something that we haven't really seen a whole lot of in the previous Batman movies, and they really utilized them in this one, and they did a great job. And I was like, "Oh, that's so awesome!" They're showing the origin of that's why he's going to have those on his suit,
And I like you're saying, Greg. Like it makes it like the way they made him metal. So like even like when he's fighting with the sword, he's got something to block. So like Batman, he doesn't carry weapons out there like that. But let's say he runs into one of these Deathstroke comes at him, and he's got a sword. If like in this world Deathstroke comes, he's got a natural way to defend himself and even strike back with like the blades of the, you know what I mean? How they're kind of razor. Like he even catches himself on the glacier going down. Like I think it like I said, everything works in this movie so well where you go, yeah, I believe it. Yep, I believe it.
Yep. I even love how in the journey at the beginning, whenever he's going in, he's getting arrested for stealing stuff from Wayne Tech. It's just so funny that the irony of it.
And also, back to like the storytelling and everything else. The fact that Christopher Nolan is the director of this movie still fucking boggles my mind. We have crazy ass movies like fucking Interstellar and Tenet and the stuff that he's been doing recently, and you're like, oh, but he made probably the greatest origin story to Batman ever, and you're like, what? Like,
absolutely.
Doesn't compute whatsoever.
It's also because of this origin story that he did, it spawned the origin stories for superhero movies going forward.
Yes, he was a part of Man of Steel.
Yeah,
I was gonna say without this, you don't get Man of Steel. You don't get a vision.
You don't get Iron Man.
Zack Snyder.
Like you don't get the MCU.
Absolutely.
Like you don't get the movies that we all cherish and like nowadays.
You're right. You're right. Iron Man does not happen without the success of this movie and going, if you do it right and show it love and care, fans will be there. And that's what Favreau did with the first Iron Man. You know what I mean? And like you said, here we are now.
Yeah, that's why we got an amazing trilogy with the Dark Knight series, which is why we got the MCU. Like, it's
that's why we have that masterpiece, X-Men: Dark Phoenix. Wait,
stop it.
There was a picture in there.
Oh, Clay, I just wanted to say Green Ranger for life. For life.
Stop it.
Green
Stop
Ranger
it.
for life.
Stop it. Stop
no,
it.
he means Matt. He means Matt.
Yeah. Like
that's okay. I'm okay with that one. I don't even think Nathan doesn't even understand that yet because he still needs to catch up on all that. But this movie also, does anybody, and I know that not everybody here is a huge gamer. This was the only one that had a video game made out of it. Does anybody remember that like at all?
I never played it. I
I
never played it.
Oh,
Oh.
it was so
I'd
fun.
have to ask Brian about that. 'cause
Yeah, no, it was great. It had all the story beats,
Was it
same
Tony
as
the Tiger great?
Yes,
Great.
even better.
Was it as good as
Even
the
better.
Green Lantern movie game?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it was better than that. It was better than that because
okay.
the one thing that saved this game, because every
A save
movie
file?
adaptation,
Is this the one where you got to steal the cars and go have sex with prostitutes in the park and then kill them and get your money and stuff? Was that right? Is this the game?
different
that's
franchise,
Saints-
different
that's
I was
franchise.
playing Miami Vice at this time. I think so. I was playing. You're right. I think or Vice,
But
Vice City, whatever it was. It was
The
out.
Tumbler challenges, they actually had races with the Tumbler. That's
Oh,
the
no.
one thing that saved this game.
Okay.
They had like you were able to play with different costumes, so you were able to have like animated Batman as Christian Bale's Batman, like doing the story and everything, which was fun. But like, I haven't really seen a video game adaptation for movies since then, or as good as that one. I think that was like it, because the Green Lantern one was crap. The Thor one that came out a few years after was crap. Like they were all crap.
That Captain America game actually wasn't bad. The first Avenger game, it was.
Oh, really?
They had it. It was just. It was simple. It was very basic and simple. Like the shield work and the fighting mechanics were great. But if they would have developed more of a story and more interact, you know, it was just very quick to beat it. But like they had the mechanics down great.
Check that out. You know what the funny thing about this movie is? If you told me you were gonna have a Batman movie that was gonna be fantastic, and you didn't see Batman for the first 40 minutes of the movie, maybe.
I think it's almost an hour on the dot. I think
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's
I know
almost
it's
an
a
hour on the
long
dot.
way in before you see
It's
Batman.
Jaws type shit. It's like literally Jaws type shit.
Godzilla type
They're
stuff.
bringing it in.
But the story itself is so
Compelling.
good. It's
Right.
so compelling.
Well, we're
go-
seeing Bruce Wayne, but we're technically seeing baby Batman. We just don't
Right.
see him
Yes.
with the suit on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like we're seeing baby Batman being like he's learning to walk the whole time he's training up there with the League.
Mhm.
And while getting the flashbacks as well, we get that like very, very like probably one of the most quoted superhero quotes ever.
Why do we fall?
Why do we fall?
Mhm.
Like that quote like has been referenced in so many things. But yeah, like the fact that we get Bruce Wayne's story, I feel like makes the other movies so good. Because if we don't have that at all, if we don't have a legitimate origin for this new Bruce Wayne, because yeah, you can do what Zack Snyder did. You can be like, hey, look, gunshots. Hey, look, pearls. Hey, look, he's Batman. Like, yeah, the only reason why that is able to work is because we've been having the origins of Batman for so long. And especially Zack probably sat down and was like, hey, Nolan, I cannot beat your origin, so I'm not even going to try.
Mhm.
Here is how I'm going to do it, and we're going to move forward. Like, that's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
And just like Nathan said, you're technically seeing Batman. Like, because there's always the debate, when is Batman created? Is he created the day he puts on the suit, the day he starts training, or the night his parents die? You know?
Depends on the iteration. Like I was saying, the comics,
All of it.
All of it kind of goes, but like in the
Iterations
comics,
to get to there. That's what
Yeah,
I would think. All of
it
it.
would definitely say, the comics definitely say the first night he goes out to try. Yes, he was learning stuff, but probably like his first attempt, it would be. I mean, it depends. This movie, like I think Rachel even says it at the very end. You know, the day that Bruce Wayne disappeared, that's when he died, and now you're this guy. Now you're Batman.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, you know, even in this movie, he goes out without the bat suit, dressed in black as like the what's the night monkey?
Like the Nightcrawler.
What's Spider-Man's name? And
Night Monkey.
Night
Night
Monkey,
Monkey,
yeah.
yeah.
dressed like that, you know. So I mean, he does have his growth into it. Okay. I'm trying to think, there was something else I wanted to say about this one. No, I can't remember what it was. Something to do with time. I said something with timing. Just write the stuff down. It help out a lot. But
Why
yeah,
be prepared?
Right, exactly. Oh, I remember whenever I heard about this and I heard about Scarecrow being the character. While I like Scarecrow as a character, I was worried about how they were going to portray, Scarecrow. And I think with the gas they used in this and the mask, the first time you see it, like you said, with the bugs crawling out and everything, it just was amazing. I fell in love with it instantly with the Scarecrow, and I was like, okay, they did a good job with this. Nolan's 3 movies are a masterpiece. You're right. There are some things you can look at and be like, I can't do better than that. I could try to do some kind of different version of this, but I don't know if I could do better than that. There are other things that are bad about this franchise as well, but all in all, for Batman Begins, I think that he nailed just
the fact that Nolan was able to sneak Scarecrow or Crane into the next 2 movies. I don't really understand why.
Me either.
Maybe it was just.
I like him in The Dark Knight. Like that scene makes sense because they say at the end of this one that Scarecrow got loose. He disappeared. They can't find him. So it's only natural to have him at the beginning being caught by Batman.
Yeah.
Right.
The third one, that one not so much. That one's just
I love he's ruling over. Like he's the judge. Like I love that. I thought that was
it's a great scene, but it's literally just because Cillian Murphy is friends with Christopher Nolan. He's got his pool of people he uses.
Yeah, for almost everything.
He'll bring them back.
Yeah.
And it's great. It works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely works for this. Trying to think, is there anybody else we want to talk about? We talked about Lucius Fox, Christian Bale. Anybody else want to bring up anything else about this?
Talk about Zaz.
Zaz, Tim Booth.
Oh, is that his name? I don't know. I thought the first time I remember seeing it in theaters, and they say Mr. Zaz, I'm like, what? No idea he was gonna be in it. Like it was. I know he doesn't do anything, but just still, seeing nice another villain. Yep, just seeing another Batman Rogues Gallery villain in there was just awesome to me.
Yeah.
Like Michael Caine, he's a great Alfred. He was a great Michael Caine here. And I love one of the little interesting facts about this entire trilogy is that during the interview circuit, Christian Bale would use his American Batman accent because he didn't think people would buy a Brit being Batman. And if you look up interviews with anybody, with Batman Begins comes up, The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. When he talks about it in an American accent, like he talks like Bruce Wayne in there. And if you listen to anything else, that's not how that motherfucker talks. Like he does, he's got a natural accent. Mm-hmm. So I just found that I thought that was so fascinating because somebody finally caught on or asked him or whatever, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just didn't think people would buy, a Brit being Batman or whatever." And I'm like, that's fucking awesome. Like he was that committed to the character. He was like, I'll talk to you. Instead of Cheerios and, bloody hells and whatever, he was just like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
Yeah. Dude's a great actor, man.
I love the relationship between Christian Bale and Michael Caine as Bruce and Alfred. You see it throughout the entire trilogy, but like just those moments. Because, everybody says, oh, DC is darker. They don't have jokes, blah, 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 blah. There was a lot of funny moments with Alfred.
Yeah.
What's the one when the Wayne Manor is on fire?
All those push-ups every morning and you can't lift the bloody log.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was a really good one.
It's just those small little moments. And I think it's also in this movie where he's like testing the cows and he's like, hey, if you do anything, I just suggest that you don't land directly on your head.
Yeah.
Like it's very subtle things, but it has really tasteful humor.
One of the best things that I loved in this movie, and it's very subtle, and I don't know why, but I've always loved since day one seeing it and loved it. I was like, yes, like the bat ears, putting the communicator in there, and I was like giving the bat ears a fucking purpose. I don't know why, but I have loved that forever and ever and ever. When he puts the little hearing piece in, the ear that sticks up and then clicks it, closes in. And I was like, well, look, there you go. They're not just, not just faction. They're not just fashion now. They're function. And I don't know why, but that's just a nice little detail I've always loved about this movie.
Yeah. Well, I love Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman. We love them both in this movie, but they have a great chemistry together anyway. And them playing, Alfred Pennyworth and Lucius Fox in these movies. It's great to see their chemistry, their on-screen chemistry together, man. It's just a great relationship between the two. It's really awesome.
I'd have either one of these gentlemen read me novels to sleep. To be honest with you, like I just listen to either one of their soothing voices read me novels to bedtime novels.
Yeah, I agree. Anybody else got anything else you want to say about Batman Begins? It's an amazing movie, completely rewatchable. I'm really enjoying this series. So I'm really enjoying getting to go back and rewatch the series from beginning to end.
It was nice to get a Batman that was taken seriously. Our Batman didn't have to wear black Nike tennis shoes in this one, or the very hard rubber and stuff. It was very nice. It was very nice. He didn't have to have a fucking convertible one-seater for no goddamn reason in Gotham City where it's a shit show all the time.
I remember the point I wanted to bring up now. I had two things I want to talk about. One, the voice. What do y'all think about his Batman voice choice with the real raspy? Yeah. How does that work?
Pretty sure he regretted that after auditioning.
Well, no, like I remember his excuse for it because I still find it to be an excuse.
Okay.
He said, "Oh, there's a real story to it inside the world of Batman," and it was supposedly like the longer he's Batman, the darker his voice gets, and I'm just like, what? That doesn't make much. He said something to the point of like, in each movie we will see the tone change because he is becoming Batman.
Yeah,
essentially. And I'm like, no, like, because honestly, the rest of everybody else who's played Batman has never changed their voice. So, not necessarily something you really had to bring to the table there, Christian.
Yeah,
that would be a lie, good sir, because Kevin Conroy was the first one to do two distinctive voices between Bruce and Batman.
I'm talking live action. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think it's funny because he doesn't do the voice well when he's out of breath. Like Barry in this movie. Barry in this movie. He's like, what is he saying to Rachel? He's like,
breathless
he's
Batman.
repeating the line. It's not who you are, but what you do. Like,
swear to me.
It's the Pete Holmes Batman for college.
Breathless Batman.
It adds to the drama. It adds to the it just adds to the drama. It just adds to the facade of just he's like a different persona.
Yeah. The Batman Has a Dirty Mind from Pete Holmes. That was one of the best things that came out.
All of those are great.
So much. Yeah, they're hilarious.
They're sleeping.
Like,
they're dead.
Go check them out. They're really, really funny. And then there's, dang it, now I forgot about the last thing I wanted to say because I knew there was one more thing and I had on there. Got to talk about this. Oh, well. I guess I won't get it down. Hey, I wrote it down. There you go. Is there anything else anybody wants to bring up about this movie?
No.
Nope.
Go watch Batman Begins if you haven't watched it already. It's 19 or 16 years old now, something like that. So,
16
years old, y'all. Can you believe it's that old? It doesn't feel like it when you watch it. Definitely don't feel like it. But this movie's completely rewatchable. Had a really good time. Coming with Batman, Dark Knight next, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Dark Knight next.
My favorite of the three. Absolutely amazing movie. Yes.
I wrote a 4-page paper on the Dark Knight. So, yeah, it's one of my favorites, and I have a story about the Dark Knight. So I will definitely be back for that movie.
Good deal. We will be covering that very, very soon. Maybe as soon as next week. Depends on how news works out. If there's anything to cover with, we may cover that next week. Anyway, let's get into the next thing then. I guess coming out this week, Nathan, I'm gonna start you out with this one, man, because you're my Star Wars guy. The Bad Batch. I just watched both of the episodes about 2 hours before we did the show, so they're fresh in my mind. For me, it feels like just watching another episode of Clone Wars, which is great because I love Clone Wars. What do you think, man?
I said this with Katie and Clay and the guy. Like it feels definitely like Clone Wars. Like it's right in that space. I really enjoyed the first episode, just because like I'm seeing aftermath of Order 66. Anytime I can get, you know what I mean? Because like in Revenge of the Sith, you get a flash to all the Jedi going down. Like the more I know about how Jedi went down, like the better it is, and like when it happened. So I really like that. I said this too. I'm like, I'm kind of devastated that Crosshair is the bad guy because I just wanted the team to be together.
I mean, they'll get it back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I think they did. We talked about that they'll come back together. And but the second episode, I really liked that we finally, you know, we got to visit a clone that we hadn't seen since season 2 of the Clone Wars many years ago, and he was a one-off character. I liked that the little nugget that Cut gives him, it says that Rex was through the day before that, so literally our team just missed him. And apparently they've been there before because his kids call him Uncle Wrecker or whatever.
Which was cool.
You know what I mean? So it's just it's weird. Like this episode wasn't like it didn't hook me in as well as it should. I don't know why. I don't like Omega. She's good so far, but like I don't know yet. Like she's like what's up with her and Hunter? Why do they have such a relationship? Why is she so hell bent on being with these guys all the time? You know what I mean? Or like I just don't know. Like obviously she's probably got all the abilities of the Bad Batch of the 4 that we had. She's probably a marksman and has the tech and the leadership, and probably eventually will show the strength. You know what I mean?
Force.
But or she could have the Force. I still don't understand why the Kaminoans would take a Jango clone if it is and make it a woman or like but they're cloners and that's what they do. And somebody brought up a great point. Like they build it from the cellular thing, so you could just do instead of the XX chromosome or whatever, you do the XY or whatever, and then just grow them like so. Like literally, it's right in their wheelhouse. Like it totally makes sense. I'm just saying I don't understand why yet. If it is a clone of Django, if not, we need to know like is this a big time character? Like is somehow you know what I mean? Like who would they clone that would be that big of a character, or was it like Joe said are they creating their first Force sensitive? You know what I mean? Like, is this their first experiment to their Force sensitive before you get to like a Snoke or something like that? You know what I mean? So like, I'm just
speaking of Nathan, I literally just sent you something in a text message. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I'll check it out in a little bit.
Is it the thing that was in the group chat earlier?
Okay. Yeah, I put it in the group chat. But Greg, you said you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Nathan, just touched on what you were saying with Omega. Did anybody else pick up? Like Joe, you said she uses the Force, or she's Force.
I think she's Force sensitive.
He thinks she is.
That's possible. I didn't think about that. Did anybody else get like she maybe has like her ability might be like precognition, like she can. There were a few times in this where it seemed like she knew what was about to happen.
That goes with the Force.
Yeah, and you're right. That's why when you say with the Force, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So
like,
Force, yeah.
I can kind of see it if they want to go that way. I don't think we will see like her quirkiness, such as like how Hunter is the leader, Wrecker is the strength, Tech is the tech guy, Echo is the hacker, and Crosshair is the sniper. You know, I don't think we will necessarily get that from her. I think this is legitimately just like, hey, we are going to get something near the end, but I don't think we will really see anything until then.
Okay. She's just the girl they got to save for right now.
Yeah, it'll be, I honestly think it'll be mid-season, somewhere after mid-season is where I'm thinking though we'll get something.
Okay.
I want to know what her infatuation is with her. Like, why does she feel the need to be with her? And I did find it kind of strange that these guys, and I know they're on the run now and they're outlaws, so technically she is too, so the dynamic has changed. But he had a great idea by sending her with Cut and the other kids and giving her an actual family life that you could see the first time she ever sees fucking dirt is when they drop that landing, the landing skip and they come out and she's playing in it. So like I really like in my mind, I don't know, maybe it makes me a monster or whatever, but I think he had a great idea of like she'll be loved there. She can grow up, she can have a life, you know what I mean? Right. Like have a normal life like all kids deserve, just to grow up and be loved and have fun and be carefree. And then like she kind of breaks that and comes out. I want to know why she's so hell bent on being like they're not batch mates, or I mean, I guess they could be, and she just wasn't forced grown,
Well,
forced grown or whatever. But like, why is she? Because she knows everything about them. In that first episode, you're Clone Force 99, and she's all bam spitting their names off and like what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like she's infatuated with these guys.
She's a
So
fanboy.
Well, so here's the
Fangirl.
thing.
Fangirl.
Clay. So I think what it is that she is she's like them. She's a what they call a defective clone. So
Right.
I think she feels attachment to
Like a
them
kindred.
because she is too. Yeah. Like
Like
they're
she's
all
one of them.
they
Right.
all just come together. So she thinks
Okay.
that she has to be with them
I
because
guess that's that makes
that's
sense.
my thinking. I don't
But
again,
what if that's her
we won't know.
programming?
Dun dun
Ooh.
dun.
With her inhibitor chip that she.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. I'm betting you Tech knows exactly what's going on with her. And he's just like, well, I don't know. It's so obvious. Why didn't you guys see that? Like he has with
So-
everything else so far.
It's true.
I may be digging into this a little bit more than anybody should. Tech shows signs, and this is just me being observant to what I am familiar with. Me and my wife are caregivers, or I was a caregiver at one point, and I took care of individuals with special needs. Tech very much shows signs of possible autism. And I'm not diagnosing at all. But because of how absent-minded he is sometimes, it's just like, because just like this one episode, he's like, well, I thought everybody knew this. Like,
I take you more of a
Right.
Sheldon Cooper.
With the
I take you
chip
more of a
stuff, yeah.
Sheldon Cooper type of character. If you've ever watched Big Bang Theory, where they're just so smart,
Well,
they
you
just
can
don't-
make the
they don't
same
pay
argument for
attention to
Sheldon
anything
as
else.
well.
exactly.
Well, I mean, but his
There's a
mom had
lot
him
of people.
tested.
There's a
But his mom
lot
had him
of people
tested,
that have
okay?
made the argument that Sheldon in that show
On
has
the
autism.
spectrum at some point, form or fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm just seeing it as that. And if that is the case, Joe, I can definitely kind of see like him seeing other attributes like that in Omega and being like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know exactly
Yeah,
what that
he,
is.
yeah, he just writes it off like it's no big deal to him because he knew she was a clone right from the get-go. Didn't mention it because what he thought it was obvious.
Mhm.
I mean, he picked up on the clones being modified or the regs being modified. He just didn't know it was the chip because nobody knew there was a chip in their head. But like
Yeah.
he sees things and is able to process them differently to the point where in his eyes it's just right there. Everybody sees it. So why
Mhm.
talk about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Let's see. Let's go back real quick to the first episode because I wanted to ask. This we get to see this Emperor speech. This is the third. Is this the third or the fourth different way we've seen this speech? I know we've seen it. We saw it in the end of Clone Wars. We saw it in the original movie, and then we saw it this version where they're having the meeting at 1500, where they're talking. He's the first Galactic Empire speech. You know what I'm talking about? How crazy is it to see the same speech from three different points of view and hearing three different people hear it, or not people, but just different people and thinking different things.
Different
They are
areas.
people.
I thought it was
Greg.
great. You know?
They are people, okay? They may be
Yeah,
clones,
yeah,
but they're
yeah.
still people.
Yes. Yes.
No, but I think it's very clever.
Yeah.
For the fact that we probably all saw, of course, Revenge of the Sith in theaters. You know, kids today did not get that experience.
hmm
This is the first time they're getting that speech, and they're like, what is going on? And so everybody gets to have their moment with these shows, and that's kind of what I love about them. Is that like with Rebels? I don't know if the newer one that was on Disney XD, the one with like the X wings or whatever it was
the
called,
Resistance.
the Resistance. I don't know
Yeah.
if that technically is connected to everything.
It is.
It
It's before Force Awakens. So
it's
it's set.
abysmal. It's fucking abysmal. In my
You know what?
Don't waste your fucking time with it.
Okay, but like even through all of this, Clone Wars, the original Clone Wars movie that I actually saw in theaters at midnight because I was still working at the movie theater for
I didn't
for
see
the
it at midnight,
series.
but I saw it in theater. I did see it in theaters.
And being able to, like I said, have those moments with people who are getting to experience this franchise, this world, this universe for the first time. I think it's important that you kind of have that connective tissue. And then that way you can be like, oh, well, to your son or daughter, just be like, hey, you saw this here, but it actually came from here. And then you get to introduce them to another source of the Star Wars universe that they probably haven't seen. So,
oh yeah, and it's really fun for anybody who's seen all of it too, especially like whenever they're talking about Kenobi is engaged Grievous on what is it, Utapau or whatever it's called, the planet. And I'm like, oh, I can picture that in my head right now as they're talking about it. That's so fun. That is so awesome. Yeah, really
General Kenobi.
Well, you also look at it when
Kenobi.
you see these different speeches. It's almost like you're looking at different aspects. So it's almost like you can see the level of manipulation that Palpatine is creating. So it's like, you have one version this way, one version that way. So that's kind of cool too. So you have it's like multifaceted.
Well, no, like even Tech says it when the speech is heard, he's like, oh, you still don't think these people are programmed? Like even they are, they're the audience, and they're like, yeah, this is there's something suspicious about this.
One thing I will like, and I know somebody is probably either has already done it or is in the process of doing it, is putting that in the giant video of everything. Like,
of all the Order 66.
Yep, that's what they did with Ahsoka at the very end of the Clone Wars.
Jedi Fallen Order. You can find ones where Cal Kestis's Order 66
is in there.
and everything comes in.
But like you'll have the Order 66, all of that playing out. You'll have the speech, all of that playing out. I love the internet for that.
One of my favorite things on Twitter before I left was it was some Instagram model or somebody had just come back to Twitter or Instagram or something, and they were like, hello there. And the entire comment section got taken over by General Kenobi. And it was just Kenobi. I'm talking from GIFs and people just putting it. I mean, the entire her entire reply section was taken over with General Kenobis and shit and people doing his General Grievous. I was laughing so fucking hard I had tears. I mean, people just reckon. I mean, as far as I know, this girl didn't have any clue. It's just kind of what is that? So she didn't even have any clue. She just put hello there. People just wrecked it. Couldn't even post anything else in there without Kenobi or whatever from Grievous.
My girlfriend hilarious. At work for 2 weeks
your
straight.
Work girlfriend? Don't tell your my girlfriend. God damn it.
No, because we work together. We work at the same place. At work, she would tell her counterpart for 2 weeks straight. She would say hello there, and she was because he said that he was Star Wars or he was a Star Wars fan, and she obviously said she was a Star Wars fan, and for 2 weeks straight, she kept on saying hello there, and he didn't say General Kenobi. He finally said it. And he was like, "Well, I didn't know if I should say it. I didn't know how much you liked it." And she was like, "I've been setting you up for 2 weeks. 2 weeks."
Yeah, got to pick up on that sometimes, man.
Good times.
Hey, I got a question. So,
no questions. It's only a podcast.
The first one. What's the Jedi's name? Billa
Depa Billada or something.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I've always pronounced it. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. It's Depa Billada,
something like that. It's really weird. Yeah. Okay. When Order 66 happens and Caleb's walking away from her, and the Bad Batch turns around and sees it, and they don't like Regs anyway, and they obviously see something's wrong, and Caleb's running back.
Still their brothers.
Why don't they do
brothers
anything?
And they don't understand? They're still their brothers.
Yeah.
Plus, they were far enough away they didn't actually see it. I think,
and they don't know. Maybe. They don't know exactly what happened either.
Correct.
Yeah. And also, we know that I said this briefly in Star Wars Alliance. There is technically still a little bit of a prejudice on both sides. They call them regs for a reason, and they call them
the sad badge.
The
sad badge.
Well, yeah, and also they call them not mutated. What was the word that they defective clones for a reason? So when you're going to these regs that you think are below you anyway, and you see that there's something not so, right here, you're not just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna kill them all. You're gonna be like, what in the world is going on here?
Mhm.
They're gonna question it. Because they see themselves as smarter. They're gonna get down
Right.
to business.
Greg, people with big families. There's let's just say there's 7 brothers and sisters. There's always the one sibling that's a fucking oddball, and the other 6 are like, oh God, we can't even stand being around them. But they're not gonna kill them, even when they're doing something stupid. It's still their brother. They're still like, it's still my kid brother, and that's how these clones think of each other as brothers. They are brothers.
And I get that. I get that. And I don't mean necessarily they should have killed him, but they see them for killing the Jedi you were just talking to.
They could flip it to stun. You have a point. Every one of those blasters has a stun option they could flip to, and nobody did that.
But you need to see the Jedi death there for, like you said, I guess people who are seeing Order 66 for the first time and seeing what that's about. So that makes sense, I guess. Nathan, the guy in the second episode that they went back to cut, he's that's a callback from Clone Wars, the defector they found in Clone Wars, right? That wanted to stay behind and have the family. That's him, right?
He was a defector. Yeah, season 2, random one-off. Rex is hurt and has to recover it. Cut LaQuaine. That's his name.
Yeah,
Cut LaQuaine.
That was one of our speculations on that episode, wasn't it? That they'd go to him.
What?
Yeah,
one of our speculations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they dropped the J19, and I don't know if hardcore fans are supposed to know what J19 meant whenever they said that's where they were going. But I was like, okay, this is obviously somebody. I don't know who it is, but it's obviously somebody I've seen before, and that was the only person I could think of or line them up with. So yeah, okay, cool. Crosshair turning. I guess not really turning. He got his rejuiced. They reprogrammed him.
His programming enhanced.
Programming enhanced is what it was.
Because he did want to complete the Order 66 to begin with. That was one thing that I was, kind of upset about. But Nathan did explain that, like, hey, it wasn't the fact that he didn't have a chip. They all do. It was just the fact that his actually was functioning correctly.
Right.
Well, it was
functioning correctly, just not the signal wasn't that strong.
Yeah, it wasn't as malfunctioning as the other ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, young Saul Guerrero.
That was
that was cool to see.
That was cool. Yeah. Gonna play a bigger part in this, you think?
Yes.
I'm sure he'll come back.
I'm pretty sure he'll come back.
Well,
that might be like season finale thing.
Right. Well, just look at the 2 episodes. They're already interlocking and interweaving old stuff from Clone Wars and Rebels. Like, because Saul crosses over all mediums, but he's that big bridge between Rebels and Clone Wars, and then you throw Rogue One in there. You know what I mean? And like they're already doing
and
that,
technically
and
the video game
back in. Yeah. And like it's just all like they're weaving that tissue, that connective tissue in there.
Okay, so Caleb at the beginning, are we going to see him again? Is he a bigger
Jedi?
I
in Rebels. Know? Yeah, we'll see him again in Rebels.
He's in Rebels.
Yeah. I hope we don't see him again, because if we find out like he goes on a secret mission and cuts stuff down, and then he runs and goes scared, like I'm like, come on, man, what was you doing? Like just go run, go find Hera, go make.
I don't think Greg
knows.
Like
I will say this.
No.
Greg, me and you started it like near the same time, or at least I thought we did.
I watched like the first episode of Rebels, and then it's not that I didn't like it. I just haven't gone back to it.
Oh, okay.
It's like Game of Thrones for me. I've watched one episode and didn't not like it. I just haven't got back to it.
So I was one of those fans that fell victim to what most people fell victim with Rebels, is they were like, the animation's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
The story is so worth it. Holy crap, dude.
Season one's a little lukewarm, but it really starts cooking after the finale of season 1. Like season 1's kind of like your Disney one-off, like here were your adventure of the day, and look at it, and then they kind of start laying some stakes down there, start going through, and that's when it gets really good. Season's about halfway through season 2. Hammers through. Season 3 is excellent. Season 4 is good. Like that's what about halfway through season 2.
With rumors of Mandalorian season 3, you need to watch. Rebels.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just
I know there's a lot to do with that. Like I know Rebels has the big thing with Thrawn and Thrawn's disappearance. Like I know a lot. I know how Rebels the ending of it goes. Like I already know all that. I just haven't seen it yet. But I do.
Yeah,
want
you
to
should watch them.
I do
you
want to
should
watch it. Yeah. Just time. But I'll find it.
Yeah.
So, if it's going to play that big of a role in Mandalorian season 3, then I'll definitely have to get into it. But we may have to cover it on the show. Rebels is a fun thing to cover. Anybody want to rewatch it with me?
Season 2 of Mandalorian would have been more enjoyable for you had you seen Rebels. Well, I mean,
That is true.
It was still pretty enjoyable.
That is true.
It was if it was Clone
Still pretty
Wars.
enjoyable.
Yeah, as long as you watch
Yeah.
Clone Wars,
But
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
you would have gotten a bigger connective
more
story.
context. Yes,
Yeah.
more context to it.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to do that. So are we only going to get 30-minute episodes from here on out?
I think so.
Okay. So the first one was
Probably
a
a
lot
longer finale, but yeah.
bigger. Okay. How many episodes is this?
16.
16?
Okay. So we got quite a
16.
few, which will be fun.
So we got
All right.
14 left.
Nice. I can deal with that. All right. Well, I'm down. Like I said, it feels kind of like watching Clone Wars. And, I burned through those. Clone Wars was really, really enjoyable. I'm enjoying the story so far.
Oh, well, I did want to bring up with season 1, like I told Clay and Joe and Katie, I really liked how we had the voiceover, the opening credits there of Tom Kane, and he had a stroke in November, and it's most likely that he'll never be able to work again in voiceover because of that stroke. So it was good to hear him one last time in there.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, y'all got anything else you want to say about Clone Wars? We're going to be covering it, I'm sure, every week for at least the next 14 weeks. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's covered. Well, cool. Well, let's get into some trivia then here. Nathan walked away, so we'll wait till he gets back before we get started. But y'all went
Ready to
all over-
lose.
Yeah,
Ready
I
to lose.
I hope you have a little
This could-
easier ones on this one.
Ready to
I've
defend
got
my
some
title.
softballs in there. I've got some softballs in there. Yeah, I've got some that are a little bit deeper cuts. 25 questions. This one's all over the place. It covers just about everything we would cover on this show.
So ironically enough, I think I definitely read the text wrong because I was thinking it was going to be covering Batman Begins and Bad Batch. Like that was a trivia.
I think I may have.
Look.
I may have said that. Like I was going to try to focus on that stuff. And I do have a lot of Bad Batch and Batman stuff on here.
But I did the same thing with the Star Wars Alliance. I thought we were doing the watch along, so I'm sitting there ready for a watch along. My girlfriend's here because she wanted to watch it with us, and then Kay's like, "Oh, we're not doing a watch along." I'm like,
"Oh shit!"
I definitely felt bad for her because she was ready to watch along with us.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, it's
maybe not.
Yeah.
It's been a long week.
I hear you. All right. Well, we'll just do regular rules. Every man for himself. Between the four of y'all, man or woman for themselves. Your name is your buzzer. I've got it, so I'll say the question, and it'll be posted up here at the same time, so you can actually read it. If you can read faster, then I can say it.
Can I buzz in with Clay's name? Can I go Clay?
No, because mine's the short. Well, no, it would be Joe. Joe is the shortest name. So,
all right, y'all ready? Question number 1. What was the 10th movie in the MCU Infinity Saga in order of release?
Stop cheating, Joe.
I mean, I know it, but since I cheated, I won't say it.
Go ahead. Come on over.
Free reign, buddy. Free reign.
Wait. I'm gonna try first. Clay.
Good.
Okay. This is totally wrong, but I'm gonna try.
I love the confidence.
So it is
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy.
It is Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's legitimately what I was gonna say, just because
Guardians of the Galaxy.
it's one of the first movies that me and my wife saw.
And how do you know I was cheating? Just because I looked over to my giant stack over there.
Yes.
Do you have them in order over there?
I do.
Yes.
Nice.
That's the reason why. We know you so well.
all we need you to do is have your finger up, like. 2, 3,
Yep.
4.
Because you messed up when you told us you organized everything.
Because I knew Avengers was number 6, so I'm just like, okay, Avengers 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
I almost said Ant-Man, but I was like, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ant-Man's like
it was right before
15.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It was
know.
right between Winter Soldier and Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
So,
Eamon's 12. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. I wasn't so far off.
You weren't so. That's my
Jesus.
bad.
All right. Number 2. Let's see here. Before shooting began, Christopher Nolan invited the whole crew to a private screening of this movie and said, "This is how we're going to make Batman." It's what inspired him for Batman, for the theme,
With a theme.
Oh snap!
for like the feel of
I
Batman.
don't
Yeah,
know.
he told him we're going to make a movie like
Come
this.
on, man.
Damn it, Greg,
I would
you
know this.
reaching.
Joe,
Jeff,
Seven Samurais. I don't know.
no. Damn,
Lord
I
of the
didn't make it
Rings.
too hard.
Lord of the Rings.
No.
Come in with the Fellowship of the Ring. Said this is fucking Batman, and it's Batman. Doing it. This is the Batman of Middle Earth, and we're doing.
Don't
it.
cheat, Clay.
Anybody?
No.
This one might have been too hard. Blade Runner, 1982.
Ah,
Yeah.
Which movie?
interesting.
Blade Runner,
Blade
1982.
Yeah.
Wow.
Director's cut or final
Apparently.
cut or
Didn't get that
Well,
specific with it.
Every
Yeah.
single cut because there's so many.
Every
of them.
cut.
Yeah.
There's like 6 or something, right?
Mm.
All right, number 3. Who plays the voice of the clones in the
Joe.
Bad Batch? Joe.
Oh, D. Bradley Baker? No, wait, yeah.
Yes,
No,
that's it.
okay.
Yep, you got it. I knew Nathan looked
I was
back
like-
and I was like, "Oh, Nathan, this is your question. 'Cause I know you love this guy."
I know, damn
Yeah.
I was gonna say Diedrich Baker, but I'm like, no, that's not right. That's Batman.
Diedrich Baker.
Diedrich Baker, but sorry, I was
We'll
I was
do it for
mixing
$1 million.
things.
Two chicks at the same time. Office Space guy. I love that movie.
Oh yeah. All right, number 4 here. Jennifer Corbett, producer and writer of Star Wars: The Bad Batch, worked with Dave Filoni on what previously?
Clone Wars and Rebels. Nathan.
Nathan.
Clone Wars
Clone
Rebels.
I don't know if that's not the answer that I've got.
Well, he also said
Oh,
Rebels,
snap.
so
Mhm.
Actually, what I was looking for was Star Wars Resistance.
Oh,
Oh,
boo.
The one that he hates.
Did she work on Rebels? Because if she did, I'll give you the point.
I
They
don't
didn't
know.
say that where I was at. Yeah.
I don't have a clue.
I know she did.
I just know that there was a lot of crossover. A lot of the team that worked on Clone Wars and some that worked on Rebels, like a lot of those came back together to do this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Number 5. Yes. Zack Snyder Justice League dethroned what movie is the longest DC film ever made? Joe.
Mm-hmm.
is it the Donner cut of Superman 2?
No.
Okay.
Clay.
Clay.
This is gonna sound really obvious, but I know it's wrong. Batman versus Superman, the
Nathan.
extended cut.
Nathan.
No. Nathan.
Watchmen.
No.
God damn it! Come on.
I don't know.
DC movie. Hold on a minute.
Stop cheating.
I'm looking off into space.
Green
Shut up.
Lantern.
I don't have these in
Nathan
order.
was close. He got the next. He got the one that was number 2. It's now number 3.
Oh man, hold on.
Lord of the
DC.
Rings.
Yeah. Shit.
I don't know. Come on. What you got?
Man of
You want-
Steel? No.
You want it?
No,
Yeah,
it's
Dethroned what movie as the longest DC film?
Dark
Yeah,
Knight Returns.
It's
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh,
The
okay.
Dark Knight
It's
Rises.
164
What?
minutes. It is
Wow.
2 minutes longer than Watchmen.
Get out.
Really?
Yep. 2
No
minutes longer than
way.
Watchmen.
Wow.
That's what
And
the
they are-
internet says.
And they are both
So I-
longer than Batman versus Superman.
yeah, that's what it says. I mean,
Not the
maybe
Probably not the not the
Theatrical
ultimate cut.
probably.
how long? How long is the
Theatrical
ultimate?
cut. Ultimate cut's 3
Alternate
hours.
cut's like 3 hours.
Yeah, but Watchmen's ultimate cut or director's cut's like 3:10. So they got to
Good
be talking
point.
about theatrical release.
Yeah,
Good
you're
point.
true.
Yeah, you're right. Must be talking about the after release. Maybe I asked you more specific. There you go. All right. Anyway, who said you're shorter than I expected?
Joe.
Clay.
Ooh, that was a close one. I don't know if it's Joe or Clay.
I think
Think it
Clay
was-
might have got it. Go.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Clay.
Princess Leia.
No.
Oh shit! No. Fuck. I immediately like read it
We-
again.
We literally almost said this like 15 minutes ago. Like this
General
line.
Grievous.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, what?
Who said it?
Who said it? You're sure that I expected? Oh, wait a minute.
I don't know if
I
I
don't
Nathan,
know.
how do you not know this?
I got
Nathan,
nothing. I got a
Nathan,
brain
Joe.
fart right now. I don't know. I'm not
Joe,
Okay,
do it
can I
again.
try
It sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
I can't
Anakin?
place it.
Anakin. Yes,
There you go.
Anakin
Yeah.
says it to Grievous. Remember, Grievous
Yeah.
says you're much younger, or I expect somebody of your stature to be older.
Yeah.
And he's
He
all
said,
like, you're much shorter than I
you're-
expected.
You
We
could have
literally almost said that like 10 minutes ago. Like we
Yeah.
went through the whole thing. I was like, oh, they're
Yep.
gonna give it away.
Yep.
So okay, I'll give Joe that one. Man, okay, so don't need to make these. So here we go. All right. Oh, I don't know if anybody get this one. Thor Ragnarok became what in Japan? What is the name of Thor Ragnarok? in
An
Japan?
abomination.
No, that was 8 movies before. Thor Ragnarok
No, that was
became
Thor,
Ragnarok.
realm destruction.
Yeah.
Realm breaker.
The dog
Fuck,
got
I
it.
don't know. I know. I'm glad Clay's got his yard weeded and his dogs were going right there. Like, he's doing
I
good.
thought Clay would have known this. It's like, Clay might know this one right here. Nobody knows?
No.
I do not know it.
It's
No,
called
no.
Mighty Thor Battle Royale
Oh,
in
God.
Japan.
Would have never got that.
I thought somebody
I would
might
have
have.
got Power Hammer XXX would have been my first guess for Japan.
I've
over
seen that one.
I'm gonna say Ragnarok is
Yeah.
okay.
Whoa. All right. Let's see. Here we go. This James Cameron movie was 60% CGI and 40% live action.
Joe. Avatar.
Avatar.
What is
Yeah.
Avatar?
Thought that might throw you off with the whole Terminator thing. Let's see.
Not a lot. That was, live action and practical.
Blank was originally going to be the central female superhero in the Avengers instead of Black Widow.
Who makes sense?
Nathan. The Wasp.
The Wasp. There you go, Nathan.
Is correct. Yeah.
That is
Oh.
correct.
Mhm.
Let's see. Okay. Blank. This character has less than 2 minutes in the of performance time in the whole Zack Snyder Justice League.
Clay. Martha.
I'm not sure about Martha, but that was not the answer. That's not the guy.
Joe. Nathan got it.
Jared Leto's. All right, that's how what's his name says it. I can't remember. They said Jared Leto's Joker. Jared Leto. What's his name? God damn it. What's the Mark Hughes? Mark Hughes. That shit fucking drives me insane. Jared Leto. God damn it. You're in the press. You know how to say his fucking name. Stop it. It's not Leto. It's Jared Leto. Stop it, you motherfucker. God damn. I want to choke him every time I hear it. Jared Leto. And I get it. You can have a southern accent. That's fine. But say it
Come on,
right.
Jared
Stop
Leto.
it.
Jared Leto.
Oh God!
It's going-
But is that right? I just went off on a tangent. Sorry. I'm
No,
gonna
that's
wreck
not
Mark
right.
Hughes whenever I see him. If I ever
Joe.
get a chance to talk to him, I'm wrecking him.
Joe.
Martian Manhunter.
No.
Clay.
Bad wiener.
Lois Lane.
No.
Fuck.
Joe. Zack
Sarah.
Snyder.
Yeah.
Silas Stone.
I mean, technically, he's right.
Yeah, technically is right. Yeah.
Okay, Sarah, go ahead.
Dark Side. Fucking Dark Side.
Lex Luthor. I don't know.
Lex Luthor is correct. Jesse Eisenberg. Less than 2 minutes of screen time. on Zack
Because
Snyder
the
Justice
freaking
League.
beginning of the.
There you go.
Come
Hey.
on.
Counts.
I got one.
Cheapskate bastard.
All right. James Wan revealed he had a choice of choosing to direct between this movie and Aquaman, but chose Aquaman because Aquaman is the underdog.
Oh, I know this.
Uh,
I remember hearing about this. I don't.
I don't know.
Clay.
No clue.
Play.
Flash.
The Flash. That's correct.
Yeah,
That's
There
what
you
I
go.
was gonna say, but I
Yeah.
mean they had 47 different directors, so I didn't know if he threw his name in there or not.
You had pretty good
It'd be a
chance.
good guess,
Yeah. All right. Oh, here you go. Invincible is in the same universe as
Joe.
what?
Clay.
Todd?
Bastards.
Joe.
Spawn.
Spawn is
Fuck.
correct.
I didn't do that one.
Yep.
We were
All
close
right.
on that one.
Yeah, we were.
Who plays the voice of Ensign Brad Bolomir in Lower Decks?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
Really nice.
Can I get extra points if I tell you who his mom and dad is? I'm just
Yes.
kidding.
Sure.
I know his dad is. I don't know his mom is.
Meg Ryan.
Oh, nice.
It's
Oh,
Meg
okay.
Ryan and Dennis Quaid are his parents.
Meg
And
Ryan
it's
before
Boimler.
she fucked her
It's
face
Brad
up?
Boimler.
Or is it,
Boimler.
is
Okay.
Meg-
Also,
is-
Huey.
Yes,
is weird.
Huey
Is
from-
weird face
from
Meg
The Boys.
Ryan still his mom? Because man, that woman was gorgeous. Does she don't fuck
Sometimes
her
you can
face
see-
up? Holy
You can
shit!
see the original. He looks like her sometimes, her original self.
God, that woman was gorgeous. Now look at her. Her lips are all jacked up. Her face is super tight. Like, oh, she was so.
Well,
that's-
she done messed up.
Yes, exactly. So.
All right, let's see. Oh, here we go. Most of this band made a brief cameo in the prequel Attack of the Clones on a break from the 2001 Pop Odyssey tour as Jedi Knights.
Joe.
Joe.
Devo. No. I got nothing.
Dayton's gonna flip his shit.
Pop Odyssey tour.
Fucking NSYNC.
NSYNC is correct.
What?
Yeah.
No fucking
Yes.
way.
NSYNC.
Yeah, because I think
Hold on.
Joe's
This
done
is
all
right
that.
now.
They were asked.
They
They were asked to be in the battle scene.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them turned it down. 3 of them were in it, and the scene actually got cut that they were in. So we never
Okay.
actually got to see it.
Well, then
But
no.
they did.
I
But they
was
did
about to
film
say.
as Jedi in the battle. So
Mhm.
I gotta go search for that scene because I know Joey Fatone's probably one of them that is in it.
Exactly.
Yes,
You
for sure
know
was,
he
yeah.
is.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Joey Fatone. I think we just made him the first 50 cents all year that he's had by saying his name.
Joe.
I mean, came off out Bad Batch members.
Hunter, Tech, Echo, Crosshairs, and Wrecker.
Nailed it. Nailed it. All right.
Technically,
There's
it's
6.
crosshair. If we're being technical, technically it's crosshair, not crosshairs.
And there's 6.
Mm-hmm.
There's
It's
6.
got Omega.
Yeah, I thought about that. And I was like, should I say 6? Okay.
I want her to just be like, "That's not a knife. This is a knife."
All right. Let's see. This is a character that was created for Amazon's The Boys in the original graphic novel. That was not in the original graphic novel. He is replacing the remaining member of the 7 that was the alien. Who was the character that
It was. Oh shit! I know it's. It's the.
Say it, Sarah, say it.
Translucent?
It is translucent.
You bastard.
Yeah, that is correct, yep.
I was like, he's the invisible one.
I see him. I mean, I don't see him, but I see
Do
him.
you see him? Do you
Exactly.
Yeah. Question.
John
David Nathan.
Yeah,
I just couldn't remember his
Cena,
name.
You can't see me.
All right. This movie won the first ever Oscar for a comic book movie.
Joe.
Suicide Squad. F all you guys. I got it first.
Motherfucker, I said my name first.
Supposed to say your name, Nathan.
I did.
No.
I think you did.
Mm.
What?
Wait, did you just say no?
No, I say The Dark Knight won an Oscar before Suicide Squad ever came out.
That is correct because of Heath Ledger. He won Best Actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The post-mortem, the one
Fair
that
play.
they, just, when they handed out just as a
Yeah.
Mhm.
that was dicks.
Power Rangers is based on a Japanese TV show called what?
Nathan!
It was Clay.
Super Sentai.
Oh, stop it.
His name's shorter. That's the only reason he finished first.
I got
Clay, wow. The problem is when that question popped up and you were laughing and your head was down,
That was, yep.
I easily could have said my name. I gave you that one. Just so you know.
Oh, shut up.
Who is the youngest actor to play Batman in a live action movie?
Live action?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Clay.
Clay.
Val Kilmer.
No.
Joe.
Joe.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. That's correct.
What?
Youngest Batman. He was younger than
Adam
Clooney,
West.
younger than Keaton.
Oh.
Yeah,
Adam
younger than
West
all
had a
of them.
little, had a little age on him though.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say Kilmer, but thank you.
My
Wow.
grandpa,
Yeah,
my
it was
grandpa
close. I
kinda
think
looks-
Kilmer was a couple years older. Yeah.
My grandpa kind of looks like Adam West, like my grandpa now he's 80, like 79. He kind of looks like Adam West did when Adam West was playing Bruce Wayne on the TV show, like the same kind of hairstyle, the same kind of look. It's like it almost looks like he aged into my grandpa. Like that Bruce Wayne aged into my grandpa.
You know what's sad, Nathan, is your grandpa's not that much older than my dad.
Oh well.
Damn youngin.
All right.
My parents are probably as old as you guys.
How old is your mom? Wait. How old is your mom, Clay?
Mid 40s, mid to late 40s.
All right.
Close to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too
Yeah,
far.
I'm close to her.
Not
Yeah.
too
Oh,
far.
Sarah, you're 27. Stop it. We
Yeah.
all know.
You said your 27th birthday.
Right. Come on.
Yeah.
Actually, it was 28. Sorry about
There
that.
you go. All right. Here we go. Number 20. Dang, we're almost done. Adam Driver was up for what role, or was up for the role of what
Clay.
character in the DCU? Clay.
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. That's correct.
That was revealed recently.
That's an awfully big schnozola to be going out there bald with no hair to cover. That's an awfully
Yeah,
big
that'd
beak.
be crazy
That's a
looking.
pretty big beak
Well,
out there to be.
Hey,
pecking
they
with.
would have been the same height though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and think about it, Eisenberg was only bald for like 30 seconds of screen time.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
actually
so-
shaved his head.
Yeah, he committed.
Do you
Oh,
think Driver would have? I don't
No,
think so.
think he would've.
hell no.
No.
Oh, no.
He would have
No,
bald.
no, no.
He's a good old
Driver
fashioned
would
Indiana
not-
boy. He's a good old fashioned
No.
Indiana boy. He totally would have.
He would have been Conehead Luthor before you're done that.
No, he's been looking like
He's a
Gru
little
from.
cone out there.
He's looking like Gru.
All right. Here we go. 21. Who plays Cha-Cha in Umbrella Academy?
Oh,
Nathan,
Joe.
Mary J.
Yeah.
Blige.
yep.
Mary J.
Nathan got
Blige,
it.
right?
Yes.
Mary J. Blige. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Still waiting for. No, never mind. I ain't gonna say it. Go ahead.
Y'all say it. Yeah.
Nope. We're gonna shut that one down.
This character's dancing scene took nearly 2 years to put together.
I don't know. Toby Maguire out there being all emo and shit.
Don't,
or what?
don't. No,
I should give you a
no,
point just for saying that. Yeah. But,
no,
I, mean, I
no.
thought, yeah.
Dancing scene nearly
The
2
Dancing
years
Queen?
to.
I don't know. Danny the Street, like when everybody was out there doing the choreography on Danny the Street, or what?
Nice.
that was the big orgasm, wasn't it?
That's what I
That was the choreography.
No.
That was
That
that-
was
The one
They did have
before.
a- yeah.
Oh,
When
okay.
we meet
Dancing
Danny the
scene
Street,
nearly
like
took 2
everybody's
years to
dancing
put
in
together.
drag and like they're doing a whole
Oh,
fucking
yeah, that's
marching
right.
line
Yeah.
for it. There's a whole thing.
Character's dancing scene took nearly 2 years to put together.
It's from an MCU movie. I'll narrow it down for you.
Oh, fucking Clay.
Clay. Fucking Clay.
Star-Lord.
Baby Groot.
No, it's not Star-Lord. Nathan, it is Baby Groot.
Baby Groot.
The opening scene in
Yeah,
Guardians of the
there's
Galaxy
all the
2,
animation.
where he's dancing
Number
for like
2, where
7.5
he dances
minutes.
around. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the opening scene.
Okay.
Epic.
Okay.
Barn burner. Here we go. Let's see. I need to get rid of that. Okay. This is the only lightsaber that was a practical effect and not CGI.
Joe.
What?
Clay.
Oh
Mace Windu's purple lightsaber.
No.
no, it's Kylo Ren's.
No.
Both. What?
Uh,
the only
I'm gonna
lightsaber. The
I'm gonna say Obi-Wan's.
Oh,
Of the,
well,
from the
no.
original. From the original. No. Okay.
Let me. It's the only blade that's not CGI. That was a practical effect.
Yeah. Vader and Obi-Wan's from New Hope.
So, is it Luke Skywalker's
No.
Clay?
Yoda's.
No. It's
Qui-Gon
the dark,
Dooku.
the dark saber.
Um,
Mandalorian.
Oh.
yeah.
That's not lightsaber.
That's not the
It is a
whatever.
Okay,
lightsaber.
okay.
It is a
Technically,
lightsaber.
technically, it is. If we want to
Yeah.
go full on mythos, it technically is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
fair.
You know, I get you with a few of them. Here we go.
Y'all suck.
Boo. Boo.
right, here we go. There is only one instance of a non-force user using a
Joe.
lightsaber in
Nathan.
the original trilogy.
Come on,
Joe.
It
Who is
was
it? When did he do it?
Han Solo and Empire Strikes Back.
Yep,
There you
with
go.
the tauntaun.
There you
Mhm,
go.
That's
I
right.
thought they smelled
He's like, yeah.
bad on the outside.
Bad on the outside. I just think of Peter Griffin every time now.
Same,
That-
yes.
We're exaggerating it. And
that's
at
great.
the end of that movie, Empire Strikes Back, I can never not see Lando in Han's clothes now, thanks to the fucking Family Guy thing
God damn it, man.
where Peter's going, he's wearing his clothes. Look, if you don't believe me, pause it. Go to the movie right now.
Family Guy ruined me for the Star Wars
Yeah.
original trilogy.
Oh, they did me too, but I love that. I love
Yep,
that Family Guy
I watch
Star
them all the
Wars
time
version.
still.
I love it.
Yep.
He's like, hey, was that my couch? Yeah, that was my couch. I saw the stain on it.
What's still your?
We should cover Blue Harvest on here one time. That'd be really
Oh,
fun.
we should
Dude, I
cover
would
all three
love
of them,
that.
please.
All
That would
three.
be
We
really
do all
fun.
three in
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do
Love
it.
that.
All right, last question here. 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. Who voiced Shredder?
Joe.
Joe.
Damn it, I know who it
That
is.
was
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil, but I can't remember his
Fresh
real
Prince.
name. But
Yeah,
Yes.
he's passed on now.
yeah,
Oh,
James Avery.
there we go. Yep.
James Avery.
James,
Yep.
yeah.
Thought that was cool. That's it,
I
man.
love that.
I had one tiebreaker
Bonus?
question, but I don't think we need to. Yeah, one bonus question. It
throw it
was,
out anyways. Come on, you got it.
Yeah.
Throw
All
it
right,
out
Throw the
there.
bone out there.
Who won between Kong and Godzilla?
Godzilla. Hands
Oh,
down.
for crying out loud.
Nobody
wrong.
won.
You're wrong.
You're
No.
so
It was a
stupid.
draw.
I don't
The
care.
audi-
I
the
picked
audience
Godzilla and I'm
lost.
sticking to it.
The audience
Oh,
lost.
the audience lost.
HBO
No.
Max
There you go.
one.
No, the audience
There you
lost
go,
on
HBO
Mortal
Max
Kombat with their fucking no tournament and they're just random fucking.
Oh my gosh, it was a
Joe,
great
I know
fighting
you liked
movie.
it. I know
It
you
was a
liked
great
it.
fighting
Mortal
movie.
Kombat. What in the hell
Oh.
happened?
I liked it. Yeah.
Thank you,
Joe, you
Greg.
liked it? I liked
liked
it.
it.
It was a great fighting movie. I got what I wanted. I got the nostalgic.
I
the
wanted-
finish him.
I'm the
I
only
wanted
one on
Godzilla
the
to
chat
step on
on
them
the.
all.
I got
I'll
Scorpion.
say I'm the only one. I'm the only one on the group chat that likes it, and everybody's picking on me because of it.
Yeah. It was okay. I didn't love it. Let's put it that way.
Oh, no,
but
no,
I didn't,
no.
but
It's
it
not
wasn't
the
a bad movie.
It was
It's
what
not
I
the-
expected. It was what I
Yeah.
expected. It wasn't
Exactly.
any more or any
Mhm.
less. It was what I expected. It
Like,
was Mortal freaking
here's-
Kombat. I mean, I'm not
here's
looking
the
for an
high-
Oscar, okay?
Yeah, here's the
There
high
you go.
bar. It's like it's like the low bar is below the table. It's like here. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie to watch. I mean, oh my gosh.
Where was the fun?
watching
It's
them.
the
It's
Where
rip them
was
bullshit.
the
I mean,
fun?
it's bullshit.
The most of the time I was sitting there going,
It's like
"Oh,
sitting there with
watch,
your controller
watch,
going, you
she's
don't
gonna
even
get
know
her
what to do. You
mark."
just hit the button.
I was calling. I
My
was calling shit
favorite
out
part
to
of
my
the
wife, just
entire
calling
movie
about
was
it.
when I was able to turn off the TV.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man,
Yes.
goodness.
Like shit was coming up, and I was looking over at my wife, going, Jamie. I was like, look, this is coming, and then it would happen. I was like, the little thing came in. I said, look, it's reptile. It's reptile. I said, whatever scorpion come in there, I said, watch, he's gonna say, get over here, and then he throws it like, get over here. And then the fatality.
That's
like,
the kind of shit I was expecting,
Yeah, like,
though.
I was like, Kano, I was like, watch, his eyes gonna burn out. And I said, watch, Sony's gonna get his mark. I called that out an hour before it happened. I said, what? She's gonna get his mark and become an Earth champion. And like, who's this fucking Cole guy? Because where's like, I don't even care who this. Go away, Cole.
You
Nobody
know
wants
you like that suit
we
you
want
had,
the
don't
original
lie.
guys out
Couldn't
there.
I do that I could do that with Star Wars. Like just
I want
like,
Liu Kang.
I bet
I
you he's
want
gonna
Liu
pull out a
Kang.
lightsaber and have a fight here. I bet you that stormtrooper's gonna miss. Like I bet you
Yes.
this Jedi's gonna kick everybody's ass. Like I could you can do that with anything.
Not to the
But
same.
that's what you're going in
not
there
to
for
the same
with Mortal
extent.
Kombat. You know? Yeah, I
You
get
got
it.
to take
They
these
just-
movies for what they're made for. I mean,
They're
A
a
pile of
it's-
garbage. Got it.
Well, the cool thing is we outnumber them this week. Last week it was 2-2 for me and Sarah were defending it, and Joe and Nathan were against it. Now we definitely win. this
I'll
week.
just lay a log right on this
We
movie.
played it. Excuse me. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we did it.
Cool. Well, Joe, you won the trivia too. You continue
Woo.
maintaining your belt. 8
Boo.
points. Nathan had 5. Clay
I
had
got the
4,
one
Sarah
I was
had
supposed
2.
to get. Thank
Sir.
you.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, Clay
This
had-
time.
I was thinking of you. I was like, I'm gonna
Mhm.
put a lower decks one on here. I was like,
Clay
I'm
seems to be
not
my
just another
competition. How
part.
many did he have?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Nathan had 5, so he.
Nathan had 5. Clay had 4. Yep. Joe had 8.
Okay.
So, Joe
Good
wins
to
again.
know.
So we didn't really had anything. There wasn't really any worthy news or anything to talk about, right? It was just all kind of nonsense and drama.
I'm
Well,
sure
I mean,
there
other
was,
than DC, kind of like literally just kind of dick slapping Cavill on his birthday. Like, what a dick!
That was
like,
yeah.
what dicks? You know what I'm saying? Like that was that some
I
kind
haven't
of
been
power
paying
move?
attention. What happened?
Was that some kind of power move? Oh, they announced black.
Oh,
Superman
they did it
with
on
a black
purpose.
director and shit
They
on
did
it on
his
purpose.
birthday. Yeah. That was almost like our old president Lyndon B. Johnson would just like let other dignitaries come and walk in on him naked because he had a legendary huge hog and he thought it was a power move. Like he would come out of the hot tub and shit with like just his huge
You ever
hog
heard the
hanging out with his
recordings of
pants
him?
on and shit.
He used to say some hilarious stuff, man. Oh my!
I swear to God, that's a real thing. That's a real
Yeah.
thing. He just comes. That's his power move. Just walking out with his giant hog, and I think that's what WB tried to do, and it just backfired.
Huh?
I am. Everybody will hear my opinion next Monday.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy,
I know.
I'm looking forward to that.
This is so silly, Willie, but whatever. You know, I don't know. I don't get an opinion. I'm a white dude, so whatever. It doesn't matter what I think. I'll just get labeled an ist or an est or whatever. If I say, you know, you got 40,000, you know, or at least 10 prominent big name black characters sitting on the shelf, but hey, it's still Superman. Only we're gonna have the guy who thinks America's racist and fucking laughed about 9/11 basically, and has said some disparaging shit about 9/11 and all the men and women, including the police and firefighters that died in 9/11 saving people. Gonna have him write a character that's all about the fucking tagline for the last 80 years has been truth, justice, and the American way. And you're gonna have this cocksucker coming and writing who fucking just disparage you. Fuck, I got no respect for anybody who's got no respect for the men and women that lost their lives in 9/11. So I don't care what you want to label me. Fuck Ta-Nehisi Coates, whatever. Fuck that asshole. I got nothing for him. And this guy's gonna write a Superman. I don't even care about him being black or nothing like that.
He's a horrible writer.
Superman's gonna be a racist. He's gonna be a racist. You know, going against it, and he is a horrible fucking writer. Like I said, fuck that guy. I got nothing for him.
Is he actually the writer, or are they just looking at him?
No.
Oh no, he's writing it.
They've tagged his name to it for sure. JJ
And like
Abrams is
Clay
producing.
brought up, Clay brought up. You got this guy, and they're touting him like some kind of Marvel heavy hitter, and his books aren't even selling fucking nothing because no people give him a chance, and they read it, and they go, "What is this garbage?" And then they fucking fall off of it. So like it's all a goddamn. It's all a look at me thing. But either long story short, it was just really disrespectful to do that on Cavill's birthday. You know what I'm saying?
There was what could have been a story, but not really. It's already been debunked. People were saying that Henry Cavill unfollowed all of the WB and DC outlets on Instagram, but apparently he never followed them in the first place. So that story quickly went to nothing. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
According to Grace, it's you know, because he didn't try to.
I would get canceled if I said stuff against her. So or the stuff that I want to say. So
cancel me. She's a dumbass
weird
bitch.
stuff, man. Weird stuff comes out of her mouth.
She looks crazy, guys. I'm sorry, but like when she looks all done, she gets all done up. So you look at her, she just looks fucking crazy. The hair all up here and the face like this and the white makeup on her, like she just looks insane. Like there's crazy behind her eyes. You can see it.
100%.
Yeah.
This is the woman that said, "Oh, well, my grandmother experienced racism because her hair was black."
Curly,
Like, that
curly
is
black.
so-
She
Really?
said that. She
That's
really
what she
said
said.
that.
She said
Yes, she said that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh
That's
no!
not even.
The
That's not
men
even. I have a
won't.
black friend. That's
The
not
men
even I
won't
have a
date
black
her
friend.
now because they prefer blondes. How did
Oh
I
my
get
God.
born?
Jesus.
Shut the fuck up with that crap.
I hate her. She's so stupid. Oh, hey, wait. While we're talking about stuff, did you hear Zack Snyder for Army of the Dead filmed full frontal nudity with dude, including zombie wiener with the bite taken out, but it didn't. It got left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, Netflix was like, "Hey, that was a little too much."
Like the guy, like it was gonna be at a male strip club, and the guy was gonna be a zombie, come out naked and like full dong hanging out with the bite taken out of it. And I was like, all right, that's actually pretty metal. If we just seen a half-eaten dong out there just swinging around, running around, killing people, but. Unfortunately, Netflix was like, all right, let's reel this back a little bit, guys.
There's full on.
Not the brakes.
Yeah.
There's full on flaccid penis in Westworld. It's like right there.
Oh,
so
yes.
Yeah.
hell,
is.
have it in
yeah.
Army of the Dead. Why
But
not?
it's not.
Nobody
Not
wants
out
to
of
see
it.
I don't think about seeing
There's
half-eaten
TVMA.
before it
There
is.
is TVMA on Netflix.
Right.
They could have definitely done it, But speaking of Netflix, I will say I've seen the first 2 episodes of Jupiter's Legacy.
What do you think?
There is a total of 8 episodes so far. It is actually really good. I really do enjoy it. I will say one thing. There is Netflix CGI, which, I mean, if you can get past it, still a great story so far. So I really, really enjoy it.
Okay.
Cool.
I definitely plan on watching it. It's just
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
if
know
we all
when.
watch it, we'll cover it.
I plan on checking it out as well.
I would like
And
to.
I forgot what I was going to say other than that, so it must not have been that important. I'm sure it was just going to be me bitching about something. Come on, guys. We know me. We know me. So.
Well, y'all, I got nothing else. So I didn't come with
We're
any news
spent.
this week.
Yeah, I actually have to get going. My wife is finished with dinner, so I'm gonna go eat. I'll just say you can find me at Fanboy Clay on Twitter. You can go to my bio, find all 9 shows that I have. I will have Joe over here. Sorry, right over. I see mirrors, dude. They suck. Joe, right there. Can talk about Ranger Alliance when he signs off. But I'm gonna go ahead and go, guys. Thank you so much for having me. This was fun. I almost freaking won that trivia. I don't care. I'm third, but I was almost first. All right.
I was
See you
last.
guys later.
Okay.
Later, man. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Yeah. Hey, let's all get out of here, man.
Alright.
I'm ready to go. Sarah, where can I find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at My Lady Kitten, and I'm just kind of bouncing around. I'm just trying to catch up and watch what I need to watch, and just waiting for everything else to come out. I'm just waiting for Loki.
Yes.
Loki.
You look a little beat down today. You just look like a little beat down by your week or something. Is it rough?
Oh my dude, I've been having the most insane weeks, and I haven't had a shower today too, so that probably hadn't helped anything.
Well,
but I'm just
let
tired.
it go. You're right. Just let it go. Good night's sleep. Start over.
Stupid people. And plus this little almost 4-month, 26-pound puppy I have over here. Yeah, I'm talking about you. That little booger's not been helping with the sleep, and it's like having a newborn all over again.
Yeah.
We were having discussions about puppies and kids earlier. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Joe, where can they find you, bub?
You can find me on Twitter at _actually_. You can also find my show, Comic Book Rundown, on Twitter at Comic Rundown, on Instagram at Comic Book Rundown. And I'm part of the Ranger Alliance with Clay. We are on Twitter at Ranger Alliance, but the E in Alliance is a 3. We're part of the Geek Ultimate Alliance Network.
Check them out. And y'all are doing the we're soon, correct?
So for Comic Book Rundown, we've got different segments. Obviously, we talk about the comics. One episode, one issue at a time, 10 to 15 minutes, well, 10 to 20 sometimes. But then I started doing what I'm calling a rundown reviews, where we cover comic book movies. Oh boy, I've already seen some gems. And I will let you know. We had an episode come out covering Captain America 2, Death Too Soon.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yep, the 1979 made for TV. Do not watch it.
That's where they have
yourself.
They have a dance off to save the rec center, right? That's what is that
totally.
what happens? Yes,
totally. But then another segment we have is called Small Screen Rundown, and we're covering comic book TV shows. We've covered WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Resident Alien, and Clay's coming on tomorrow. The episode will probably be out Sunday, give or take, and we're gonna talk about Invincible. So it's gonna be great.
Nice.
Always fun, man. Talk about it a lot, but I still want to listen to more people talk about it. It's that good.
Me too.
So definitely go check that out.
I can't wait to. I was gonna say I can't wait to get this first compendium read, just because. I can't wait.
The whole series is. So it's been a long time since I've read the series. It's been at least 4 years since I've read the series. I'm kind of rereading it now because with the show, I wanted to see what was in the show that was in the books and where they were pulling
how
it from.
Closely adapted, yeah.
So, because I remember a lot. I don't remember everything, but I remember a lot. And they have stuck so close to the book. I am so happy with it. And everything that they've changed
the
from
first
the book
2 issues
to the show. Oh, yeah. Well,
the first 2 issues are so close to that beginning.
So it's wonderful. The series is great. That along with Lock and Key are 2 comic book series I always recommend. Those are some of the best ones out there.
I'll check it out. Lock and Key was one that I wanted to check out, but I never once again not enough time.
I just never got pushed over the edge for that one, but I've heard. I know you and Chris Ball. You guys really sing his praises.
I will say, Chris has already got this one recorded for Volume 3. I, for whatever reason, am just terrible at giving elevator pitches for those. Don't know why. When I try to give an elevator pitch, it just leaves my brain of what I want to say. It's like, this is a good book. Please read. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's like you want people to discover it for themselves. You want to.
I don't want to give it all away. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nathan,
All
where do you
right,
find me, bud?
Greg.
You can find me here on Friday nights at 8 Central. You can also find me every other Sunday morning usually live on YouTube on Star Wars Alliance with Katie at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. And that's it right now. That's the only place you can find me. If you want to talk to me, you got to bug one of these guys or drop a line. Maybe I'll figure out. I'll figure out how to contact you. Let's put it that way. If you want to talk to me, I'll figure out how to contact you.
I'll call you,
gotta
man.
throw it
Don't
out
call
there,
us. We'll
right?
call you.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right. Now, we'll figure out a way to get in touch if you need to.
Yeah, sure.
We'll
sure.
pass the message along. And you can find me at the Bad Daddy 52 on Twitter. I'm not on there very anymore, but I get on there once in a while, check stuff out, post up on shows, and just say hey to everybody. Then Super Civil Servants on Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. This show right here is the only place you can find me every week. And then I pop up here and there on different stuff. C3 Panthers podcasts, Geek Ultimate Alliance shows. You never know, just when I have time. But definitely this week, or not this week, every week right here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you all y'all for being on. And I guess until next week, keep pounding. Later, y'all.
Bye, guys.
See you.